Donbrown, Michigan.
Donbrown will tell you football is all about pressure. You either feel it or apply it. And this season, Big Ten opponents wilted under the constant heat of Donbrown's Wolverine defense. They forced Rutgers to punt 16 times in a game. Brown's Michigan D allowed only 148 first downs. The Big Ten average is 212. They also led the Big Ten in total defense, scoring defense, red zone defense, sacks, and tackles for losses. Nationally, no team has had more tackles behind the line of scrimmage than the Wolverines. They average just under 10 a game, and Brown's Michigan D is the only team in the country to allow fewer than 65 first downs by pass. Today, a coach who's won on every level and has been nominated for the Broyles Award 4 times joins elite company. Michigan defensive coordinator Donbrown is a Broyles Award finalist.
It's pretty exciting stuff. It's an honor and pleasure to be here. Thank you, David. Thank you, Broyles family, Award Committee. Just a great opportunity for my head coach, Debbie Brown. 40 years. And who would have thought a guy on 48.5 Cherry Street grew up in Spencer, Massachusetts, would be in Little Rock, to have a chance at this type of opportunity. And the opportunity is really the guys to my right. Great men, great coaches. Matt Canada done a great job at Pitt offensively. Obviously, Brent Venables, he's got the better of me 3 times when I was at Boston College, but I always kept fighting, Brent. Coach Levitt, John did such a great job as the head coach at USF, and just a great man. We got to know him and his wife last night and just had a blast. Coach Pruitt's done a great job at Florida State, obviously doing a tremendous job at Alabama. So, great coaches and all right in Lincoln. You make me nervous every time I get around you because I'm afraid you're going to start throwing the ball and stuff. So, not a fun scenario. Molly, I just want to thank you for spending some time with my wife last night. The work that you and your mom do is incredible, and it's touching our home right now, and obviously those words are kind of important. My other head coach, Coach Harbaugh, you know him? I want to share a story with you yesterday as I was coming to the Little Rock. Coach was with Tim Drevno, who was our offensive coordinator, and they were heading to Dallas recruiting, and my wife and I were going through Dallas, and then obviously connecting there to come to Little Rock. And Coach was in first class with Coach Drevno, and my wife and I, we were way back there. It's called the last row. And, we had a bit of a connection. It was close, and Coach my wife said, I just hope we make our connection. And all of a sudden, now this happened in Detroit, Michigan. So when Coach Harbaugh is in Michigan, it's a little scary. All of a sudden, I see him walking to the back of the plane with Coach Drevno, and he's going, you two get up there. So just make sure it'll help you make your connection. That doesn't happen every day now, that your boss switches place with you on a plane to make sure that, that you're where you're supposed to be and have a chance to make your connection. That just doesn't happen. That just kind of shows the quality of the man that I'm working for. He's one of those guys. He's going to push the envelope. He's creative, and he expects creativity in our rooms, with our players, and at the University of Michigan. I'm also blessed because I get to coach some of the best players in the country. All 11 of my starters made some form of Big Ten, all Big Ten, whether it be first team, second team, third team, or honorable mention. And as Mark mentioned, I get to coach Jabril Peppers. if anybody's seen him, there's a reason why he's got a shot at the Heisman, and obviously we'll be keeping our fingers crossed. But the impact that he's had at Michigan and on our players and on our defense is flat out incredible. So very excited about the opportunity Coach Harbaugh presented me a year ago. Just finished up our first year, and everybody goes, Coach, what about the fourth down? I'm more concerned about the third down when we let him go for 10 yards when he cut all the way back. But great run. We're excited about playing in the Orange Bowl against Florida State, and obviously that playing in Miami as well. And the last thing I'll just share with you is this. A guy that grew up on 48.5 Cherry Street, his mom made shoes. And there were nights she'd come home, and I could smell that chemical that they made the shoes with on her clothes, and to be honest, quite honest, sometimes on her breath. My father was a milkman, and they did everything they could to make sure that I went to college, that I got a great education. And my mom, Irish and tough. There was a few days, when I wasn't the perfect guy that I am now, I had to duck that right hand. So I got toughness from my mom. I got a personality from my dad. I've got one of the best jobs in the country, and I pursue my passion every day. Thank you very much.